Go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have just figured out how to push record. Welcome to our video podcast, whatever the hell this is. This is the future. Unfortunately, that's the name of our show.
That's us, baby.
That is Alex Rios in Oregon. Hey, Alex.
Yeah, baby. Hey, man. You are Tony G over in Philadelphia.
I
don't know why I can't fucking say it normally. I have to say it like that. But, yeah, welcome, everyone. Welcome to our first episode of This is the Future, unfortunately.
Oh.
And we picked that name because it's pretty fucking relevant to what the hell is going on currently. I don't know what year it is. What year is it? November? I don't know. I don't know what the fucking outside is anymore. So
there's a 2 in there somewhere, man.
Yeah, man.
Holy shit.
So,
woo!
Yeah, man. I like I said earlier, I fucking do that to people, make you moist.
Yeah. They should give you like an aggressive but cute name like the Moistinator.
Oh man, yeah.
Alex the Moistinator Rios.
I mean, they called me ShamWow in college, you know, because you could just like wipe me. Yeah, ShamWow, baby. I soak up all the moisture. Just wipe me on your face.
Oh, that was good late 90s topical humor, man.
Hell yeah, man, bringing it back.
So how's your week been, Moistinator?
Moistinator, baby. It was pretty good. Pretty eventful. I had to make an emergency drive from Portland to Bend, Oregon, about 3 hours. Nothing super funny. I know this is supposed to be kind of a comedy video cast, but I had to make an emergency drive during the quarantine because my brother was having emergency brain surgery. Not trying to get into it too much because the family wanted to keep most of it quiet, but, he's doing all right. He got the tumor mostly removed.
Excellent.
But so he's doing all right, but I just wanted to talk about how, like, I couldn't see I saw my parents, but I couldn't hug them or really talk to them. Like, it was kind of funny to me because I'm fucked up in the head, but also it was sad, but also this is the future, unfortunately.
Right, exactly.
This is the shit we're going through.
Right, and it's not going away.
Right. And I didn't get to see my brother because they're not allowing people in the hospital unless you got, getting your head cut open, apparently. And so I had to sit, my dad and I, in 2 different cars, sat in the parking lot for about 7 hours, just sitting there. And I was in the driver's seat of my car, and he was in the driver's seat in his car. And we were both in parking spaces, talking through the car windows that are rolled down, having arguments about how he thinks that the Chinese came over here on purpose to give us the coronavirus. And then he says at the end, they're trying to make America China. They're trying to turn us Chinese, is what he said. My dad.
So your dad's still smoking dope, right?
Oh yeah, man. He's still the funniest person alive. He's terrible, but he's funny. So I had to sit there 10 feet away, hearing this fucking fear come out of this old man's mouth. And meanwhile, I'm like, your son is in the hospital getting his head cut open, and you're talking about this imaginary shit right now? Get a hold of yourself.
And in reality, since you couldn't have seen your brother anyway, you could have just snapped a selfie from the parking lot and sent it to him. Like, I was here.
I was here, man. Yeah.
Saved 6.5 hours of arguments about what the Chinese did and didn't do over here.
Yeah, right. So, I did that, and I started thinking, and there was, some times where it was just my dad wasn't saying anything, I wasn't saying anything, because we were there for 7 hours sitting in a parking lot. So there's sometimes I just think, had thoughts in my head, and I just had this thought that could maybe be turned into a joke, but it's just a fucked up realization I had, where it's not funny yet, but you're like, man, that's fucked up that I thought that. I thought how they're telling us, the government's saying, you have to be 6 feet apart from someone, but also 6 feet down is how far they bury you in the ground.
Oh,
right? Like
that got me right there. That's it. I'll figure the rest out.
Right? Yeah.
Damn, that's got me thinking.
I'm like, damn, man, that's some fucked up shit, ain't it?
So if you just went to a grave, like went to a cemetery and laid face down on someone's plot where they were buried and just started coughing, people are like, what are you doing? Like, I'm proving a fucking point.
I'm proving a point. It's beautiful.
Dude, it doesn't make any. Yeah. Anyway, that's a really good. Yeah,
I knew.
point.
I knew if anyone liked it, you would.
Ah, shit. That should be. That's gonna be the name of my own show. If anyone's gonna like this shit,
I will.
Why do I feel like the last picker on that show, Pickers? You know, like the guy who'll just take anything.
Hey man, maybe it's.
He'll laugh at it. If he don't fucking laugh at it, you should kill yourself. I'm the last stop on the laugh train.
Right.
Tony's in the caboose. If he doesn't laugh, just jump out of the back of the train.
Just jump the fuck out.
That's fair. I can do that.
Yeah, man.
So I have a story to tie into your point.
Yeah, man, do it.
So my buddy had his 40th birthday today. So he lives about 2.5 hours in northern New Jersey.
Right.
His wife has been on lockdown like I have. So she does daycare. Anyway, they have the fear of me coming to see them, which I totally get. But I followed all the silly rules they came up with. So they're like, yeah, come on up. We'll be smart about it. And we were. It was a chill weekend. Just he lives out like in the mountains. You can just look out and chill out, just have a good time. It comes to the point where their parents have been like, they're both married, so their parents have been trying to come visit. At one point, my buddy's mom called because she had a phone question. Mm-hmm. He asks me the question like I'm not there because I'm not supposed to be there.
Oh, so like on the phone.
Right.
Like he was trying to make it sound like to the person on the phone that you weren't there. So he's trying to hide you.
Hey, Mom, I just talked to Tony, who works for blank, and he said that you should do this. Well, hang on. Let me call him back. Yeah, she wants to know.
Jesus, making Alex, you sound like a fucking like a boyfriend that someone's trying to hide in the closet. Like Jesus.
I was like, at the end, I was no shit. At the last day, I'm in the bathroom. He's like, dude, can you just vanish for a second? I was like, I gotta take a shit, so I'll just go to the bathroom. You know, no big deal. And they have a small house, so I could hear everything. So they're on the phone, and she's like, oh, Tony, who works at blank, he's gonna help me with my phone and do this. And he's like, yeah, I just talked to him. And yep, He's like, no, you don't need to come here. No, don't come here. Just don't come here. I'm like putting my shoes on the toilet, like getting everything ready. And I was just like, you know what I need? I just need that book and Frank. Like I just sit here and read that book. Like I'm hiding in the attic. You know?
Right.
I didn't know to stay and read the book or to run away so they get in trouble. But in any case. It's weird. People, where the point is people are hiding their friends to see them. Like that's how. Yeah. This is the future. Unfortunately, another example of nonsense.
Right. I think that's fucking you. He was hiding you, like a teenage boyfriend.
Day, he asked me to hide. They were just like, so
you were there for a couple of days?
Well, no, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Made you feel like did you feel like a boyfriend, like I said, that's like was throwing pebbles at the girl's window that he likes and like snuck them up, and then when his dad's like, oh, I think I hear something, who's in there?
Well, the thing is, they have a really long driveway, so you can see down from the hill them coming up, but there's nowhere to go. If I wanted to leave, I'd have to go down that driveway. So it's just like at that point, it's like you just run up to my car, pop the hood, and pretend I got I broke something in my car, and I don't know these people. You have to make a strategy. Oh yeah, we're out of blinker fluid, and I had to pull over and whatever. They're helping out. Never met him before.
That's awesome, man. That's fucking. I like your little hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I just heard a car part fall off a car. That's my neighborhood.
I mean, maybe it fell off or maybe it was taken off. I don't
know, man. It sounded like a hubcap, but are those a thing anymore?
I don't think so, man. Was it a spinner?
I
You
don't know.
can get those at Walmart, man.
It's not spinning anymore. I don't hear it.
That's
Anything
great.
else fun happened this week?
Not much, man. Just like I threw up from taking a shot of tequila for the first time, and since I was like, I don't know, 25 maybe.
Why do you?
That was weird.
Did you get really drunk on it when you were 25?
No, I mean I drink tequila often. But
I'm confused.
Wait. No, that's why it was like it was so weird. It's because I drink tequila often, especially since quarantine, but I haven't thrown up from it since I was like 25 probably. And I was taken aback because I was like, man, I'm a seasoned drunk, man. I don't, like
you've been working on
like
shit.
Yeah, man, like I've been practicing for a long time, 10,000 hours, man. I got more than that.
You're a fucking black belt acting like an orange belt. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly, man. And but yeah, nothing too crazy to tell other than, yeah, man, it kept me up. I felt like a kid again, throwing up. I was like, took that shot, and I'm like,
wait, how old of a kid? Like, what are we talking? When's the first time Alex got into tequila?
When's the first time tequila got into Alex?
Well, we already know. We've already heard about your dad, so now we're really curious. Was this in your bottle or what? I mean, when did you start this shit?
Kind of, man. I guess I did. My mom told me I did get into some tequila when I was like 2 years old.
Nice.
That is a thing. Yeah, that's a whole long sad story, but that did happen. Now that you bring it up, but yeah, like my roommate's boyfriend has basically been living with us since the quarantine because they just started dating when the whole thing happened, right?
Oh man.
And they're like, well, we still want to date, but there's other people's lives involved, so you basically just have to be here, right?
Right.
For the most part. So, they've been going back and forth to his house and here, but they've been mainly here. So he handed me a shot of tequila, and I just took it, and then I was like, get the fuck away from me. I'm throwing up. I'm throwing up now.
Now. What did you say when you were done? Like, thanks, I needed that.
Yeah, I was just like, so is there any more? Like,
well, clearly that was rotten. Give me some more.
Yeah, that was bad tequila. I got to try some more. Yeah, man, that's about it. How about you, man? You do anything more? Any other secret visitings?
Not secret visits. So part of that story is like, they were like, well, if you just stay away from people for the week, then you should be good when you come up here anyway. Like that was the mentality.
Right.
So it depends on which news channel you watch. I don't give a shit. But in any case, I'd forgot to tell him I started DoorDash like that week. So I haven't really been staying away from anybody. So I don't know if anyone's done this. I'm not, I want to say this up front because I do have a non-funny opinion about these delivery services.
Right.
I don't think they're that great.
Sure.
They really are screwing people over. I totally get it. But if you look into it, you'll realize that DoorDash and companies like that are actually losing a ton of money to try and become profitable, and it's not working. So go take their money while they're still shelling it out. Long story short. So screw them. But if I delivered something to you and it didn't come out right, I want to apologize because I already know I delivered a lot of things that didn't come out right. I just don't remember where you live or your name or your address, so I'm not going to apologize. I melted ice cream, Alex. I did it. I melted ice cream. I feel bad about it. I didn't know. I got lost. What are you going to do? 1 minute, you download the app. The next minute, they say, go for a drive. I'm like, well, what does that mean? So I drove around for half an hour before I realized I was supposed to open the app. I was like, oh, I thought you're supposed to go for a drive and I had shit to do with this stupid app.
you thought they're just
now what?
Get in your car. Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
And this is where I went to school.
Okay. Now what?
And then, I pushed the button and it's like, go to Brewster's. I'm like, I don't like Brewster's. I like Dairy Queen. It's like, no, go to Brewster's. Like, all right.
So you thought that this app was just telling you what to do with your day? Like,
I thought it was kind of like what what was that thing the kids were playing with where you went and found things, Pokemon Go? I thought it was kind of like that. You just drive to different doors and they pay you. I was like,
here's the thing. Kids weren't playing that. 30-year-old adults were playing that shit.
Well, I wasn't. No one invited me out. Apparently, those kids don't invite anyone to play with them. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know how kids are nowadays. Bunch of rude motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, I love them. They're great. They're like tissues. Use them and lose them. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Hey. Amen. Amen,
no,
sister.
I didn't mean that. Don't kick me out of the club.
No, I wrote it down. You're in trouble.
So yeah, I got a couple of DoorDash orders. I'll just tell you my biggest fuck ups because I'm not a mellow guy. I'm a mellow guy that goes 100 miles an hour when nobody sees it coming. So it just freaks people out. Everyone's had an experience. So I get this ice cream. It's a half gallon of ice cream, and all I have to do is take it to somebody's house. It's my first delivery. While I'm there, it says, "Ooh, do you want to pick up another one?"
Right.
So I grabbed 2 orders. Long story short, I got 2 things of ice cream in my car. I have no idea what I'm doing. I push on the navigation to go, and I start driving. Well, earlier that day, I was at a park that I'd never been to, like 30 minutes away. And I'm like, driving, I'm like, man, this is really familiar. I was out here earlier. I'm like, wow, what a coincidence. So I pull into this park way the hell away from town. And I get there, and I'm like, that's pretty neat. These people are at the same park I was at, and they ordered ice cream. I didn't know you could order ice cream to a park. That's pretty cool. Then I'm driving, and I'm like, wait a fucking second. I was here earlier. I used navigation. I rerouted myself back to the same place I was 4 hours ago. I'm not going to someone's house. I'm at a park with melting ice cream. And then I had 2 stops. So I'm like sitting there like blowing on it, like doing anything to keep this shit cold, man. And then when I delivered it, the nice thing about COVID is you don't have to give it to anyone. You put it on the door and get the fuck out of town.
And you run away, yeah.
Hence the DoorDash. So I DoorDashed the shit out of that ice cream. And I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that. This is more like me just getting it off my chest. I'm sorry about your ice cream.
Well, hey man, strawberry soup ain't that bad all the time, man. Yeah, some rocky road.
It's not gonna work. You couldn't deliver. I mean, this DoorDash thing's neat, I guess, but you can't deliver ice cream all summer long. That's why there isn't an ice cream delivery service. It's called an ice cream truck. It comes to your fucking house. You can't replace that.
Well, see, that's the thing. Is like it's not your fault because I know this from working in kitchens for so long. Is there's some things that are better to put in a box to go and give people than other things. Ice cream being that's a bad one. Also, anything fried that you want to be crispy is a bad thing to put in a box.
Like styrofoam, it's humidity.
Yeah, well, a cardboard to-go box. You ever get like to-go fries from a place like a burger and fries, and you get home and the fries are just soggy? It's because it's fucking science. You get something that's hot and crispy, and then you put a lid on it. All the moisture makes it, and then people go, their fries suck. It's like, no, you made a wrong decision. You can't put a glass of milk on a corner, and then when a 3-year-old knocks it off, you can't fucking knock their block off. You go, I need to make better decisions. Right. So it's not your fault. It's whoever ordered fucking ice cream.
Like, the food's good, your decisions are bad. So I'm like the delivery man, Yeah,
you're just the middleman.
If you wanted a blow-up doll, I put on a back brace and I deliver it to you. But if you want ice cream, it's going to be melted. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. It's you can't have your cake and eat it too.
Not if you deliver that shit through DoorDash.
Exactly.
I'm going to eat that shit. I almost drank somebody's shake. I was driving and I'm like, oops.
You just, fuck it. And just drank. Ice cream.
Your whole milkshake isn't melted. No, I drank 30% before it came here. So only 70%'s melted.
Like fucking exactly, man.
And then one other thing happened to me this week, and you've been party to this in the past. My buddy, the whole point he wanted me to come up was he wanted to have a mushroom trip.
Right.
He's never had one.
Oh, really?
He's done acid, and we've done Dramamine together, and I probably shouldn't say any more about that on this show.
Dramamine.
Yeah. That's the hook for the next show. We'll talk about that later.
Dude, hey, if no one can't tell that we're drug addicts, I mean, you have a fucking tapestry behind you. I have a bunch of fucking action figures. Yeah, we like to party. Jesus. Like,
I think people just think we're in our 30s, man.
Technically are. I mean, you're about out of it, you know?
So I'm pretty sure you know this, but there are some friends of ours who definitely know I'm a cheap date. With alcohol, drugs, all that. So I always preach moderation because I don't like petting my sneakers for 16 hours when I got to work the next day. Just not my thing. So anyway, he has a chocolate bar. I don't know where it came from, but it has 12 pieces of chocolate. And on the back, it says, if you take the whole thing, it's shaman level. Like, you get the whole experience. You know what I mean?
Right. First of all, how big was the chocolate?
A full-on Hershey bar.
Okay, so like a large one, like family size, like 12 inches.
No, like the size of a cell phone, kind of like that.
Okay, yeah, got it. Okay, like a normal one. Okay.
Yes, and so 3 squares was just supposed to be like a body height. 6, work your way up. So he had already tried some with his lady, and they ate a very small amount, didn't do anything. So I said, let's each take 3, which was 3 times more than what he had, and we'll see where we go. I wasn't expecting anything, and he was expecting everything.
Right.
And I think that's why it went this way. So I'm sitting there, and as soon as I ate them, I'm not making this up. I've done enough hallucinogenics. As soon as I ate them, I was like, fuck, I'm in trouble. I could taste it. I could feel it. My body's like, woo, here we go. Bought another ticket. He bought another ticket. And I'm like, fuck. And my buddy's like, well, I don't feel anything. I'm like, yeah, here we go. Half hour later, dude, I'm like this. Yeah. He's like, how you feeling? I'm like, everything. I'm feeling everything. I'm exhausted. You want to party? Yeah. So the next thing I know, man, he's like, I'm not feeling anything. I'm like, maybe you should eat some more. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, eat some more. Don't eat some more. I'm like, if you're looking at me, and he did. He looked at me, saw how weird I was looking, and ate more. That's what should tell you everything you need to know about my friends. Like, he looks minorly handicapped. We should do more.
Dude, that's what that shit does to you. You're like, man, that looks fucked up. You're like, down the hatch.
But I'm not. I'm the other way. I'm like, that looks fucked up. I want out. I already seen this shit. I've seen the earth breathe. I've seen Native Americans on roller skates. I've seen all kinds of shit. I don't need to see it anymore. I didn't want to. And he's like, oh, I wanted that trip. I'm like, I didn't want anything. I just want to sit here and fart all night because I did that too. Mushrooms do that.
Dude, they do. Yeah, they make me throw up. Every time I do mushrooms, I start to I feel it. I'm like, oh shit, I'm high. And I go, huh, and I throw up, and then I get fucking higher. Like after I throw up, I get way higher.
Well, see, that's where the fear. That's the fear. You get scared because you're not in control and you know you're fucked. There's nothing you can do. So my fear on mushrooms is always when you start to feel like you're going to throw up. Because I know that when you throw up, it's poo off
to the fucking moon.
And I'm already there. So I'm like, I don't want to go to another moon. People don't even know about other moons. I don't want to be the first one to find this moon.
You don't want to be the first one to find that shit out.
What if I get stuck there? I mean, I don't want to do that. So yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good on that. I saw, he's like, you know how people say, like, I saw purple elephants and shit like that? Like, I looked at trees, and they could have been elephants. I did. You get to the point where you're high enough where you can see whatever you want to see.
Right.
You know, and that's cool. But I wish you
Right.
could just give somebody like a sticker and be like, "There you go," and now you're high. You know.
Now you're high.
Yeah, there. You see the shit. You seen it. You get it. You're done. I shouldn't have to go with you. That's what I'm saying. You could trip by
Right.
yourself.
So you saying that you're like you're kind of done with mushrooms and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, I did them on Saturday, so ask me on Friday.
All right.
You know, no, I'm done today, but not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow, right? No, I'm at that point with my own shit, man. Like, you know, we've done a lot of shit together, man.
I mean, if I'm,
you know, we fucking why? What? We're already there. We're in it, Tony.
I know.
And who are we hiding from?
I'm gonna take my shirt off. It's hot.
The world is ending. We don't have to fucking keep secrets.
Remember,
like, let it rip, man.
Remember when we were on acid? Oops.
Yeah. Oops, man. Yeah. That time we did DMT, like in our old living room.
My buddy wants to do it based on the story I told him about your shit and our shit. He's like, I want it.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, you remember that we were sitting in our chairs in our front room, and you turned on Tool, and then we just like fucking. You turned into a fucking lion, like a big kitty, man. You turned into a cat. It was crazy. And you just looked at me. You looked at me all prideful like a lion, and you're just like, man, I'm a lion. And I'm like, yeah, you're a lion. And,
I'm a lion.
And I'm like, yeah, man, that's what you are.
Oh, man.
And then the spaceship took off, and then dropped us back off in our living room. Yeah, man.
That was the first time I knew what it felt like to be carpet. I just felt like carpet. I was like, this feels like carpet.
Yeah, man, I am carpet. Hey, man,
I remember the time we did acid, and the chick that was with us almost looped the loop on the swings.
Yeah, I do.
That's fucking scary. I've never seen that except in the circus. That was crazy.
I mean, I remember swinging. I remember that night running. I think I just took off running at one point, and I was like, man, I'm running. Like, what the fuck what am I doing? I can't stop.
I didn't know I could do this.
And was that the same night where you like, you went too far? Like,
I had another batch, yeah. Always.
Yeah, like I remember I'm like, man, I'm fucking high. We're inside. Why are we inside? And the next thing I know, you just springed out of your chair. You're like, well, I had too much. Like stomping around the living room, like, too much. I don't know what to do. Help me. Like, you're like, your knees are coming up to your chest. You're like stomping around, like, help. And I'm like, this guy needs help. I don't know what to do. And I'm like, I just remember like, all right, man, what do we do? Like, and you're like, help. I'm like, help. I don't know what help, that means. Help. Yeah. You just started saying, help me. How do I help?
And the worst part is, on the outside, everything looks okay. And on the inside, it's complete madness. You feel like a milk jug full of Pop Rocks, you know?
Yeah, dude, you're just fucking. And
that's great.
And you're like, I don't know, turn on a movie. So we put on like I know what movie it was. It was like a Judd Apatow movie, I think, some movie like that, like Knocked Up.
Yeah, it's not something you're supposed to watch on acid. And then 40-year-old, it was like Knocked Up or something.
Yeah. You turned that on, and then you stood up again. You're like, this wrong choice, bad idea, running around again. And I think that's when we went to the park and went and like went on the swings to like cool you down, to like, you know.
Right.
I remember that, and I remember just being like, man, he needs help, man. I don't know.
That really sucks.
I just love it. Like, you're just stomping around the front room. Help! Help!
And the worst part is, the chick that's with us has never done acid before, and I'm freaking out.
And she's like, "Oh, is this how it always is? Yeah, I want to do this again."
Yeah. Help! I'm having fun. Help! come out of it. Let's go again.
And, right?
What's wrong with
That
this guy?
sucks. Let's do it again.
The worst part is, that's the truth. I've had way more bad trips, scary trips, than good trips. And it's my friends who are like, they never have the problem. I'm always the problem. And I tell them up front, I'm going to be a problem. And they're like, no,
Right.
you're going to be fine. And then in an hour, I'm like, I have a problem. Help, help, help.
Right.
It happened, like this last time was the first time where it was good. Like it was right there. I could have lost my shit, but I didn't. I was just happy to come back down, if you know what I mean.
Right.
I'm cool.
No,
I
hear
like
you.
it, but I've done it a lot. So
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
like,
We've done a lot of shit together, man. We've done a lot of drugs.
that's why I'm glad we started a channel, because it's starting to work its way out. I don't remember all of it, but between the two of us, or maybe there's probably other people that saw some of this.
Right. Probably, yeah.
Yeah, there's footage. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure of it.
All right. And then we were talking about, do you have anything else to go over?
Everyone, just bear with us. This is our first one. How much time have we done?
Wait for it.
It doesn't really matter.
No, it really is our first time. We're definitely over a half an hour.
All right, man. Well, hey, we could call it good there if you want.
All right. Well, then we got it. Well, then on the next show, we're going to talk about a video that I'm really nuts about.
All right.
Which is called.
No, let's just do it now, man.
All right. Can we talk just when it? Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
the
let's
next.
do it.
We like to say now that now we got it all crazy at the end here. We've known each other for a long ass time, and even though we're on different coasts, we just love to work together. So this means a lot to us.
Yeah.
If you know us personally, you know how much fun this is for us to work together. Also, the things that have always made us friends are drugs, comedy, and music. We just tend to have that. We just find shit. Alex has always sent awesome shit my way all over the place, and I've tried to do the same. He has some great musician friends, so they know their shit. But we've been into the OCs lately.
Yeah.
And I found a music video. Yeah, a music video, believe it or not. Can't believe it. Yeah. And
The things
it's
that people
awesome.
don't watch anymore.
If you see this, it's the band is called The OCs. The video, the song is called Toe Cutter Thumb Buster. 3.5 minutes of pure glory. It's just nice melodic surfer rock with hard twists and turns at all the right moments. What would you say about the video that really like?
I like it that it's fucking bizarre and a lot of it doesn't make sense, you know? Like it's kind of like watching a David Lynch movie, you know? Things are like he goes that part where he like kills the guy and he turns around and then there's like another guy that he has to put the bag over his head.
Right.
And it's just like all this like, and it's cool, like correct me if I'm wrong, but I think at the beginning, like the drummer killed the bass player, right?
See, that's more
the
detail.
band?
That's more detail than I had. So I didn't even notice who those guys were. They probably were the band.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice.
They were the band. I try to, I'm a lot like you in a way where like I hear a new band and like I want to find out what they look like, because to me putting a face to what they're doing like really helps me, and it helps me be more creative and descriptive about their music, about their shit in my own head. So I made sure to do that. Actually, I was into him before you even showed me that video.
Oh yeah,
I was
you
getting
said
more
you knew
into
him. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew him, but I was revisiting them and getting into a lot of their albums, and I saw this like this little live performance they did in like a little studio in Seattle, and like yeah, it's just a 3-piece, or maybe it's a 4-piece now, but yeah, pretty sure it was a drummer that killed the bass player at the beginning.
Okay.
He hit him in the head with something.
A soup can.
Yeah, a soup can.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So
Yeah, man, it's fucking bizarre.
What I dug about the video is kind of like a mini movie, but when you hear the title of the song Toe Cutter Thumb Buster and you listen to it, you wouldn't really know if it's an aggressive song or not. You know, you don't know. When you watch this video and all it is you roll up on a guy who just killed someone and he's just trying to dispose of the body. And then while he's trying to dispose of the body, someone walks by and sees that he's killed someone. And every time there's the heavy riff goes off in the song, that's when this original killer kills the person who saw him killing the other person. So through the song, there's like 5 murders with different plastic bags, soup cans, which I love. I'm still, whatever, judge me all you want. I love it. So at the end, what was cool as hell is he comes around the corner in his van and he sees a killer disposing of a body. So the killer meets a killer. If you think about that, it's like, what a hell of a video. What a hell of a concept to put together. I don't know how many times that's been done, but in 3.5 minutes. I mean, I've been recommending the OCs to just anyone to listen to because I think there's different. If you read their history, they've been together over 10 years for sure, going on 20 years. But they varied that band a lot. So to your point, it was a 4-piece, a 3-piece, a 4-piece again. Now they got 2 drummers, a keyboard player, a bass, so they got 5 right now. And the last couple of records have the 5 in them. But
okay.
I like to plug music, especially shit that's not being played everywhere. So right now we're talking about the OCs. It's definitely rock, surfer rock, psychedelic, that kind of stuff. He and I are into all kinds of shit, so don't just expect that. But speaking of drugs and rock and roll, this all ties together nicely with the OCs.
Absolutely, man. Fuck yeah, I think they're an awesome band. I like everything I've heard from them. I've listened to, I think the oldest album of theirs that I listened to was like from 2011 or 2012, and anything from 2011 to now, I really fucking dug. I thought they're fucking, and they like change where they get better every album, but like they don't. You know how like you listen to a band and all of a sudden they sound like a new fucking band, and you're like, I don't like that. Like they change too much.
Just enough.
Yeah, they evolve where they're getting better. They're not like flipping the script where they like sound something different. You're like, that sucks. Like,
Well, yeah, they didn't abandon their sound. They just keep tweaking it and adding in. Like they went heavier on these last couple of records, and that really grabbed people. If I had to recommend an album, I am having a brain fart. It's the one with the teeth and the strawberries on it.
Yeah, man. I don't know what that one's called. I think that one's from 2013.
Hang on one second.
And it's a good record, man. You all should check it out. There it is. Yeah, what is that called?
I feel like this is Floating Coffin.
Yeah, Floating Coffin. It's cool artwork too, man. Like that shit's rad.
Yeah, man. Bitchin' album. If you guys are into music, definitely keep visiting us because we like to talk about it. Drop us a line if you got something you're crazy about. If you got drug stories, we like to hear those too.
Yeah, man.
And comedy, anything to do with comedy. We're always into that.
And you'll know this already because you will be watching it on there, but we're putting this on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel.
That's right.
That is called This Is the Future, unfortunately, and which is the name of our show / Zoom call. And that's another good point. We're doing this via Zoom in different states. So if the quality or the audio or whatever isn't that great, just remember, A, this is the future, and B, this is what we got to work with. So
right.
With that being said, it looks like we're winding down. I have a suggestion for an album for us both to listen to. Maybe we both could listen to it and then chat about it the next episode if you're into it. Big Business's most recent album called The Beast That You Are.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Have you heard
that? Yeah.
Yeah, you have heard that? Oh, yeah.
When did it come out? The newest one?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, I'm all over it. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. I've heard it a bunch, but I would love to listen to it, I'll listen to it right now, and then we could talk about it next week.
That sounds good to me, man. Is Horses on that record? Anyway, we'll talk about it. Horses is one of my favorite Big Business songs. They like to play that live. But hey, obviously you can tell that Alex and I enjoy doing this. We hope you guys enjoy watching it. We're going to do one every week. And the end goal is to not be doing a Zoom call one day, but to actually get back to normal and be near each other and move forward. But right now we're doing what we can. So we appreciate you guys watching us. Thanks for putting up with the crazy whatever the hell Zoom stuff. We appreciate it. You guys have been a lot of fun. Actually, that's bullshit because I haven't heard anything from any of you. You've been quiet. I hate quiet audiences. Work on it. Just kidding. You guys are great. We'll see you next time. That's Alex Rios. I'm Tony G. This is the future. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
That's right. All right, man. Guys, take it easy. We'll see you soon.